Leanne Harris, CEO of Keller Williams Portland Central. And today on Getting to Know Your Realtor, we're going to talk about how to protect your greatest investment by working with a local expert. And today's expert is Erin Middleton. Hi, Erin.
Hey, Leanne, how's it going?
Good. I love your background. It's awesome. I can tell that you've got like all your passions back there. Definitely fun and colorful, and I love that piece. So I wanted to talk to you. You're one of the top agents at Keller Williams Realty Portland Central, and you obviously keep your clients happy because they keep sending back referrals to you. They're working, you're having this database that continues to grow. And today I want to talk to you about, what was your greatest high in real estate?
My greatest high in real estate is besting last year. So I've been doing this for 4.5 years. Every year it's about, can I do better than last year? And sales is such a high. It's how many activities can you do today? Can you hit your numbers today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? It's like Vegas all the time. And you try to hit that jackpot with an amazing client and a smooth transaction. Can you do it again next week? And just repeating that kind of success. It's a lot of fun. This is so much fun. I love what I do.
We know that with the highs, a low happens, and we love the chase. We love the negotiations in the high. We love working hard for the client, making sure that that client is getting every single dollar that they're entitled to during a transaction. What's the low? What's the low? What keeps that balanced?
Oh, it's such a loaded answer. The low, I think, is realizing that you literally have to get up tomorrow and do the same things again. They say no 2 days in real estate are the same. And on one hand, that's true. On the other, literally I have to get on the phone tomorrow and be positive and sell myself and be enthusiastic about the transaction, even though yesterday might not have gone the way that I wanted it to. I have to continue generating business and asking for referrals and making sure that my clients are happy every single day. And I love doing that. Success is boring. That's something that my company has told me. You've told me, Leanne, that it's boring because you're doing the same things every day. And it's that consistency that breeds success.
Yeah.
So I think it's getting used to doing the same thing every day.
What I love about you is you have an advertising background, and you truly come in work every day and you advertise for your clients, whether that's making phone calls to potential buyers to sell that listing, or if it's, I've got to make sure that this house is staged correctly and photographed correctly. And I love your perfectionism for the client. I watch that in your business, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, people would be super lucky to have you as a client or have you as a realtor and be your client for that very reason. I mean, a lot of people don't have that advertising background, so that's very cool. But yes, you got to get up, you got to do it all over again the next day. And it's almost like after every house sells, you're unemployed and you have to go find your employment again. But I think you're great at the grind, and you're great at making sure that those people are taken care of. So great. Okay. What are the 3 nuggets that your clients could take away from this podcast today that would say, one of my greatest investments in my lifetime will be protected by Erin Middleton?
I think that selling your house or buying a house, it's your largest asset, one of your largest assets in your lifetime. Either transaction, whether you're buying or you're selling, is most likely to be one of the most stressful periods in your lifetime. Whether, I've never had a baby. I'm sure that's really stressful, but I've sold a lot of houses and I've helped a lot of people through the process. One consistent insight is that it's stressful. My clients get stressed out. So I always like to buy all of the information. It's completely understandable. I like to, in the initial consultation, let them know this is going to be stressful. And what is your self-care routine like right now? You're going to need to take breaks. I'm always available to answer your questions. How are you taking care of yourself, though? And then setting boundaries with my time as well as their time. Like, I will be available for these hours after 7 o'clock tonight. You can reach me the next business day. No good business is done after 7 p.m. at night.
It's
You
not.
might be ruminating
Yeah.
on the inspection period, on repairs, on whether or not you wanted to buy this other house. Is this right? This is a huge decision you've decided to make. You are working with a professional. I'm here to answer any of your questions. It's going to be stressful though, so just take a breath, step back, realign, and keep the end goal in mind.
I love that you set that expectation up front, that it's going to be stressful, because I think that when we know that something can be a little tough or challenging, we actually embrace it a lot easier. And I think because home sales, for the majority of the people out there, it is their primary home and it is highly emotional. This is where people raise their kids. This is where, every memory was built. And I do think that it gets emotional. And so I think it's true, when somebody starts pinging you after 7 o'clock at night, it's almost like you need a good night's sleep and then call me in the morning. Well, I'm sure they appreciate that, because then people always have to retract and have to apologize the next morning anyway. So I'm sure they appreciate the boundary.
It's more helpful if you take a walk, have a glass of wine, meditate, watch TV, get a good night's rest. I'm fresher in the morning. I know I'm on my 8 game in the morning. And as the day goes on, it just kind of like, once evening comes, I need to recharge so that I can come back to the table ready to go to bat for my clients.
That's awesome. I love that. Any other nuggets you want your clients to know about?
I'm always here. I think, and I can answer any questions you may have. I think clients sometimes think, whether again they're selling or buying, they may think, I don't want to bug Erin with this question. I've only enlisted her help to get me from A to B. But it's that journey that, as a professional full-time real estate agent, I focus on every single day, every single week, every single month of the year. It's all I do is real estate. So please, if you have a question that you may think is completely random or maybe not my area of expertise, at least shoot it my way, phone call, email, text. If I can't find the answer, I do pride myself on being resourceful, and I'm surrounded by 300 agents at any time that might know the answer if I don't.
Yeah, I mean, even just like piggybacking on that, it's as simple little things as, a great window guy, know a great, designer, it's like you have so much knowledge of houses in general, and a house is everything, right? And I've seen you even go to bat for personal things that, like help with this. Everybody's doing at-home schooling right now. And I think that I've heard you have conversations about like, hey, who's doing this at home to teach your kids, and crazy stuff going on.
Realtors touch so many, because of our lead generation habits, we touch so many people on a daily basis that I probably talked to someone who's having your same problem 30 seconds ago, and I can hook you guys up, or I learned something, or I can share something. And I do know a window guy, and I know a pet sitter, and I know a vet, and I have a dentist. And
if you were going to write a book, Erin, what would the book be about, and what story would it tell so that your clients knew that you were the realtor that they needed to work with?
A book is a large task. I think something I pride myself on is transparency. I think it's something my clients value, and I also see it working for my clients no matter which side they're on in a transaction. And I'll explain a little bit about that. So our greatest strength is oftentimes our weakness. And so in a consultation, I will say, if there's one thing you can expect from me, it's transparency. You will always know how I'm feeling, and I will always tell you the truth. I feel like in real estate, that surprises people. They think realtors are hiding something. They think the seller's probably hiding something. They think the buyers aren't putting all of their cards on the table. And so my greatest strength is the fact that I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about it. And here are my cards. Do with them what you will, but you know where I stand. And I see that working really well in transactions. The cagey agents that are out there, not a lot of people like to work with them.
Yeah.
And actually being cagey is a strategy. And some agents are like that, and they've been like that, and they continue to succeed in the industry. I pride myself on being authentic, down to earth, approachable, transparent. And so my number one job is to show up to work every day and be myself.
Yeah.
So that I can relate to people, get your foot in the door if you're writing an offer, and relate to the most people if I'm staging your house and taking photos to sell it for top dollar. Appealing to the most people possible is what you need to do there.
I think just to point out too, that like clients out there don't understand that if your realtor is not cohesive and does not work well with other agents on the other side, there's a lot of times where their offer may not get accepted, or their listing doesn't end up, their listing doesn't get as much exposure because they do have that pushback. And I think that realtors really will show their clients, hey, this realtor, I know Erin Middleton, she goes to bat for her clients, and she's amicable, and she knows the business, and she's easy to work with, and she's going to help the client along with communication. And so I think that, people talk about that with their clients. And so I really appreciate the fact that you work well with realtors out in the community. That means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a term in real estate, depositing your earnest money, and that money is a symbol of your earnest desire to move forward with this transaction. Signing a buyer broker agreement with me is your earnest desire to work with me and have me go to bat for you. And if there's one thing I tell agents when we're trying to get into contract is, I'm going to close this thing. If I can, I'm going to close this deal. I'm not just like dipping my toe in the water wanting to try something out. I really want to work with you, and I want to get this done.
That's awesome. All right. Well, anything else that we need to touch on before we get going today?
Oh my gosh, this was super fun. Thank you for interviewing me. It was fun to share with you.
Well, your clients are lucky.
Your
clients are lucky to have you.
Thank you, Leanne.
All right. Well, I'm Leanne Harris, CEO of Keller Williams Portland Central, and that was Getting to Know Your Realtor, Erin Middleton. Have a great day.